Okay, hello. Gotta check the audio. Okay, that's working great. So, here with Kyoto Colorful Days. So I don't really, I will say, by the way, hi, and thank you for coming to the stream. My neck freaking hurts like hell. I haven't slept well the past 3 or 4 days because my pillow is trash. So I bought a new one. Anyways, I don't know anything about this visual novel. Only thing I know is it's supposed to feel like a tour guide of Kyoto. Unfortunately, I don't think we can use English and Japanese subtitles at the same time. So we'll mostly look at English and then just switch to Japanese a little here and there. Apparently it's a short game though, so it will not be that long. Apparently. By the way, the art, the rigging, live 2D animation, all by me, waving, crying, tears go forever, all expressions, gonna throw that out there. Check out my art socials below. I will also be, or am, working on my own manga. This whole week that just passed, Senshu, I was doing like character design for it. I already have the story written, I have the characters done. I wouldn't mind doing a visual novel, but I'd have to work with people who know how to do it, which I don't mind. But if not, then I'm going to see about submitting it for contests. But yeah. Anyways, today, Kyoto Colorful Days. We'll look at this. So you got English and Japanese. I don't think you can use both at the same time. That really sucks. But it's okay. Alright, I'm trying to go full screen. Is it going? The window's reacting really weird. Yeah, it's being really weird. Is there a way for me to actually... Just configuring the settings for it. Because it's going to my other monitor, which I don't want to be happening. So let's switch the main monitors. And then we'll switch it back after. Nope. What the hell? I have no idea what just happened there. Okay, I'm gonna restart the game and see if that fixes it. Because for me it's displaying like really weird. Let's see. Skip this intro, options, full screen. That should fix. Yep, there it is. Oh, okay, GG. What the hell just happened? Okay, anyways, we are good to go. Or not, maybe not. For some reason when I click it, it just auto minimizes. The hell is happening? Game's not really working properly with me changing. Yeah. Okay, so I have to switch my main monitor or something. And like keep it at that. I can't switch it back. Usually for games I can switch it back no problem. But for this one, apparently not. Yeah, apparently not. That's odd. Okay, so let's jump into the game now. Hopefully my internet will be running fine. Keeps talking about dropped frames, like what the frig? Let's see how we get by with the Japanese, see how it goes. And then just switch. Enter your name. John Smith. We'll put whatever the hell my VTuber name is. Do they not allow caps? Okay, they do. Why am I forced to use shift? Anata no namae o nyuroku shite kudasai. Please put in your name. Namae. And then we'll go with... Almost wanted to put my real name, but I didn't freaking do that. Because then there's no point of using a VTuber character. The hell? What is with this showing up in OBS? It's supposed to be full screen. It's like full screen on my computer. However, it's not full screen here. That's freaking weird. The hell? Okay, there. The frig? Never had that happen with the game before. That was weird. Whew, sweet Tana. So you're gonna have to like click it each time to go back. It's like made it. Okay, I had to double check that. Whew, sweet. I think that's sui. Sweet Tana. Ore wa eki ni something norioru to. We're just gonna look at the English for this because I need furigana, to be honest. I'm not at a level where I can't use it. So we'll just look at the English and maybe here and there just switch to the Japanese. That's my intention originally anyways for this. This isn't really for studying, so. Anyways, I get off at the station, set down my luggage, and heave a sigh. The sound of cicadas reverberates shrilly in the ear. Their strident cries impress upon me all over again that I'm far from home. Somehow their sounds are making me even more fatigued. It's like, damn, hearing them is exhausting. Just being in an unfamiliar land is tiring even without doing anything. It'll probably be all the more so if I find I can't communicate as well as I'd hoped. There's no use standing around. First things first, I'll go to the inn, but it looks like the sun's about to set. I coax my protesting legs into action and set off towards the town. Kyoto, Japan's former capital and one of the world's most popular sightseeing cities. How do I put this? It really is different in reality. It's not like I'd come here completely ignorant of the place, but the real thing is different. In fact, my grandfather has something of a connection with Kyoto, so I probably have a deeper knowledge compared to any of my friends from my hometown. She must be a Maiko? No, Geisha? I should have looked up the difference. Even though I've only just set foot in Kyoto, it's refreshing how different everything is to my home country. In that sense, my mother might have been right in suggesting I come to this unknown land. Is there a way to go back on the dialogue? Because once they start speaking, it'll be easier for me to understand the Japanese. combined with the subtitles. But I'm at a level where I need furigana. How do you say necessary? Hitsuyo? Furigana hitsuyo. I think. So mo. Tabun. Right, more importantly, I've got to find this inn. With the address in hand, I'm just setting off walking again when... Oh my gosh, a cliche, I bumped into the girl. Except she doesn't have toast in her mouth. Way to break the cliche. I'm not making fun of it, I'm just... teasing? Teasing, sorta? It's like, nah, I wasn't looking where I was going either. Okay, let's switch actually to the Japanese. I wish I could put both. Put up the voice volume for sure. Eyo. Uchi mo yoso mishitashi. Mishitashi. Oh, they speak with like a Kyoto type of dialect, so it's a little different. Right? I actually like, I'm gonna comment, I like that when I switch it to, when I switch between the languages, it actually goes back. Not just for the dialogue, but for the audio line as well. That's nice. Ah. Hontoni konna something ski no hito irun da na. Yeah, I need furigana. I can't read. Oh, she's wearing a kimono. So some people really wear them in everyday life. Kimono da na. Ah, kimono da na. I will just look at the English for this. Once I'm more advanced. I think my Japanese is around N4 level. Because I can read N5 type stories pretty easily. And level 2 type stories or whatever, which I guess are N4, I can read without too much difficulty. But I need furigana. Oh, my stuff's all over the place. Ah, sorry, I'll help you pick it up. To pick up is hiro. Yeah. Oh, daijoubu. Don't worry about it. How do you say don't worry about it? Kinisuna? Is that it? No, it was my fault. Boku no shitsure? Shitsure? No, shitsure is rude. Boku no shitsu. Ore mo yoso mishite tashi. It's like, yeah, I also should have looked. Ah, これで全部やるか。もう落ちて変かな。Something, I don't know if I can even get what was said there. This should be everything. Ochite, isn't ochite like to fall? Something foul? Anyways, I'm not going to treat this as a studying thing because I have to switch between it and I can't read furigana, so we'll just focus on English, like I said, and then maybe here and there just switch to the Japanese. I will be streaming Yotsuba on Sunday, every Sunday. I'm thinking we can look at that. Maybe every Sunday, maybe not the upcoming Sunday, maybe the following one, but you can do that. Or something else. Yotsuba, I can read it and I can understand most of it, and well, I can't understand, I can get an idea of it, but it's a bit challenging. It's like N4 level. Some people say N3, but most say N4, so it's a bit challenging for me. We'll see. We'll see. If anything, maybe I'll do like a stream without the VTuber model, just of like books, children's stories, going through it, reading it. Yeah. We will see. Can you stand? Here, take my hand. Teo dash. There. Like, put out your hand. I hold out my hand to her and the girl takes it without protest. Okini. Thanks. I pull her to her feet. Man, that was a huge help. Thanks a bunch. No problem. And sorry. Are you hurt? Nah, we're both to blame, so no more of that. Are you supposed to shake hands at times like this? Okay, here goes. A make-up handshake. With that, she sticks out her right hand. Well, if you insist, I guess. Although it may be a bit rude, I can't help but stare curiously at her outfit as I return her handshake. The vivid colors of the kimono beautifully offset her dark hair and eyes. Oh, this? Are you new to Japan? It's unusual, right? Letting go of my hand, she holds up the sleeves of her kimono and twirls around on the spot. Well, they even have like the voice. I mean the mouth moving. It's pretty cool. I wonder if they did that in live 2D or not. My family runs a restaurant. See, can you read the sign over there that says Asahiya? She points towards a shop on the corner of the street. Oh, over there. Yeah, I can read it. Ah, asoko ka. Yomeru yo. Let's go. Holy crap, she's talking too fast. My gosh, she just transformed into like Eminem, like she's about to like do a rap battle. That's our place, and this kimono is, I guess, like our store uniform. You should come and eat there sometime. Just tell them you're Akane's friend. Oh, Akane's my name. It's a beautiful name. She beams at me. I think Japanese names are very, like, very pretty sounding. So I just tell them I'm a friend of Akane's. Got it. Man, is like I have my ticket to free food. It's a joke. I should have said it earlier, but I am arielaltairch. It's supposed to be Ariel, not Ariel, but I put that name kind of as a joke because it sounds like Ariel, but the pronunciation is actually Ariel. It means lion of God. My character is a griffin, so you have Ariel, and then Altair is Arabic for like flying bird. Ariel is refers to a lion of God in, I don't know if it's Hebrew or Aramaic, which is older than Hebrew, but one of the two. So yeah. But Ariel is more like a Greek pronunciation, so the name's like a combination of like Hebrew, or I think Aramaic maybe, but with Greek pronunciation, and then Arabic. It's, yeah. I just arrived here today. Sona. Really? Do you have a place to stay? Yeah. I was just on my way there now, actually. Oh, what's it called? I think it was Ukiyoen. Oh, that's real close by here. Could you wait here just a moment? Huh? Sure. But leaving me with that, she hurries into the restaurant she'd said her family owned. After a while, she returns to my side. Okay, shall we go? Go where? Sorry, but I'm kind of tired, so I want to get to the inn as soon as possible. That's where we're going. The Ukiyo-in is this way. You mean you'll show me the way? I mean, it's okay. You don't need to go out of your way, but it's totally fine. My apology for bumping into you. I thought we'd already called to that even. Also, I have some business there too. Fufufu. Akane wakamiya. Waka waka. She smiles wickedly. It's a devilish smile if I ever did see one, isn't it? Ora ora. Ikuze. Let's go. How she said let's. I swear that she. What the hell? Did they translate ikuze as let's go and then they translated let's go into avanti? What? I sometimes see like anime do stuff like that as well. I'm like, why are you translating English? With that, Akane pulls me by the hand and sets off, walking towards the Ukiyo-in. Ukiyo-in. That took no time at all. Hiragana and katakana are so much easier to pronounce than Romanji. Romanji is just like so... Like hiragana and katakana don't take too long to learn. So if someone's learning Japanese, it's like you can learn them in a few days or so. Which is nice. And Romanji's just not very useful. I actually find Romanji harder to read in a way than like hiragana. Definitely harder than hiragana. And even harder than katakana. Right? Told you it was close, so can you get to mine easily, right? With that, she marches right in. Excuse me. She calls out and an elderly man pops out, his head from inside. Oh, Nanya, Okane-chan. Hello, good to see you again. Man, they speak so fast, I feel like I'm watching a rap battle. Or she does anyways. But I've been around like Greek people speaking, they speak super fast too. Just like like some Japanese people. Really fast. Hayasugiru. Kimi, what do you say, Kimitachi? Kimitachi no serifu. Hayasugiru. What do you say, Kimitachi, to refer to like third person? Or something else, I forget actually. And you, good day, what can I do for you today? Seemingly acquainted with one another, the two exchange brief greetings. Indicating me with a wave, Akane introduces me. Oh, I brought this foreign guy who said he's staying here. And I also came to tell you that we at Asahiya appreciate your continued patronage. Very shrewd of you. Oh no, not at all. The elderly man scratches his head as he laughs wryly, then turns to me and lowers his head in a bow. Welcome and good day to you. Thank you very much for choosing to stay with us today. I'm Kenichiro Sakurai, the manager here. If you have problems, do not hesitate to speak with me. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. My grandfather spoke very highly of you. Bowing my head, I introduced myself to Kenichiro. I ended up lowering my head right back to him. I guess this must be what they mean by bowing. I mean, yeah, this dude's never heard of bowing before. Like bowing to royalty, bowing to... or anything else, really? Oh, so you're Jimmy's grandson. I've been looking forward to meeting you. Kenichiro offers his hand. Your grandfather was a good friend back in the day. Call me Ken. Kenichiro must be a difficult name for you. Okay, Ken it is. I'll be bothering you here for a few days. Shirei no. You two know each other. Many years ago, his grandfather taught English to our staff. Oh. She teaches us too. I can almost see a light bulb appear over her head as Akane responds with a mischievous grin. I like her smile, actually. Hold your horses. He must be exhausted, so save that for later. Well, I mean, of course, the dude just got to a new country. He has jet lag. He's not going to be like, damn. Forget sleep. I need to teach some people some English. Like, for frig's sake. Can't understand anyone. Obviously a joke. Jodana. Yeah, I guess it must have been a long trip. I guess, just, halfway across the world. Akane doesn't seem particularly attached to the idea as she backs off easily. Then, with a bow, she says her goodbyes. I'll be going then. Shitsure shimasu. Okay, thank you. Thanks for showing me here, Akane. Akane. I find myself bowing along with them again as she leaves. The final wave, fudu, of her hand. Now let's not stand around here gabbing. Come on, come in. Thank you. I follow Ken as he shows me to my room at the Yuki-yo. And what the hell was that sound in the background? The hell? Dozo haite kudasai. It's like, please go in. Thank you. Arigato. Ken shows me to my room. Ken. This is like, I'm in the Japanese, like, Barbie verse. This is a stupid joke. It's a new experience stepping into a Japanese room for the first time, despite having heard so much from my grandfather. Oh, right. You sit on the floor rather than on chairs. Out of habit, I'd looked around for a chair. I mean, there's literally a chair in the background. There's a chair. What's that? Isu? There's an Isu, Soko. Ushiro. Like behind, in the back. There's literally a chair right there. I stow my suitcase in a corner of the room, then sit down on the floor. Man's like, I'm looking for a chair, but they don't sit on chairs, and I can't find a chair, even though there's a chair literally right in the back. This dude has like extreme tunnel vision. It's like when I see something, I see nothing else. Locked in the weirdest way. Feel free to. That does sound enticing, but before I forget, willing my tired body to stay upright, I rummage around in my bag. I have to give Ken the gift from my mother before I forget. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. But, although I find the gift I've been looking for right away. Where's it got to? Nanya atan dana. What is it? My wallet. Oh, right. I must have dropped it when I bumped into Akane. What you mean when Akane like tackled you because she's seemingly trying out for like the Japanese, touch football team or something. I think back on what happened when I'd knocked into Akane. Knocked into Akane? I've never heard that term, like bumped into. I was sure I'd picked up everything. But since my wallet isn't here, maybe I actually missed it. Anyways. Gotta calm down. I'm sorry. I seem to have dropped my wallet on the way over here. Hey, are you sure? Do you have any idea where? I like in the dialogue, he sounds so shocked, but he's smiling. It's funny. Yes, right by Asahiya. If you go back right now, it might still be there. Don't worry about things here. You go and look for it. Sorry, I'll be right back. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You literally just paid for the place as long as you don't trash it. You can just go back. I mean, you paid for the stay. It's not like they're gonna lock the door and be like, yo, you missed curfew. Sorry, but you gotta sleep on the street. Although I look all around the area where I'd bumped into Akane, I don't find my wallet anywhere. What should I do? Losing my wallet on the first day is no joke. Oh, Akane's place is right around here, isn't it? I look for the sign saying Asahiya, then go into the restaurant. Excuse me, is Akane here? I rush inside with a hurried greeting. Oh, are you a friend of the young lady? I'd been dubious about whether or not my Japanese would be up to scratch, but it seems like my first shot as a home. So, I don't know what you said. Well, Akane imashita, maybe. Gomenasai, Akane-chan imashita, maybe. I don't know. While a part of me wonders... I think that's it. While a part of me wonders calmly at how we rise to the challenge when the chips are down, and another is thinking how to respond, the woman goes on. My apologies, but she went out on some business. I see. Calling on Akane had been a faint ray of hope, but now that she's not here, I have no idea what to do. Is it an urgent matter? The truth is, I explained to the woman about how I'd bumped into Akane, seemingly losing my wallet at the same time. Oh, saifu desu ka? Saifu is wallet. Oh, saifu desu ka? At hearing the situation, she covers her mouth with surprise. I understand. I'll let her know when she returns. Thank you. In the meantime, why don't you try the police station? Someone might have handed it in. Oh, the police station. Now that she mentions it, isn't there a myth that if you drop your wallet in Japan, you'll definitely get it back? Usually people won't, like, from what I've heard, they will not, like, steal your crap. Unlike in the West. If you drop your wallet. At least usually. From what I've heard. Anyways, I think because people just don't want, like, smoke with the cops. And they don't want to be, like, reported for stealing something, maybe. Also, you would hope just out of the goodness of their damn hearts, too, you know? But who knows? Different for each person. Okay, I'll try the police station. I think that's a good idea. Does the young lady know your address? Yes, she should know the address of the inn I'm staying at. Okay, I'll make sure to tell her. Thank you. After thanking the woman again, I head for the nearest police station, my last hope. Hope is what Kibo, Saigo Kibo. Last hope. Tabun. Sigh. So it's not here. It's a little after the woman at Akane's restaurant suggested I try the police station. I've just been told by the police officer that my wallet hasn't been handed in to them. So what should I do now? Let me see. Firstly, if it contained any credit cards, you should stop those. Then, maybe contact your embassy. I see, the embassy, huh? Okay. Although, isn't the embassy in Tokyo? Call them. They probably have a phone number. You know, friggin' 21st century. I don't have the money to suddenly go off to Tokyo, and I'm worrying over what to do next when I hear a girl's voice from behind me. Excuse me. Yes, can I help you? I found this wallet. Wallet? Without thinking, I spin around violently to face the girl. Sorry. While apologizing for unintentionally frightening her, I look down to see my wallet clutched in the girl's small hands. That's it. That's my wallet. Honto desu ka? It is. My ID's inside, so you can check. I see. Excuse me then. Good they didn't take it at face value. It's like, oh, that's my wallet. It's like, here you go, and then it's like, oh, well, now it's really stolen. The police officer takes the wallet from the girl, opens it up, checks the ID. Let's see. Altair, isn't it? Yes, this does seem to be yours. Yeah, it is mine. Thank you so much. I excitedly clasp the girl's hands and thank her over and over again. Not at all. I'm glad I found the owner. Although she looks a little bewildered, she responds with a bright smile. Probably because of, like, how you're reacting. Okay then, sorry to bother you, but could you two fill in some forms? It's standard procedure. I didn't even make it to the police station, but... Sure thing, of course. Here we go. Let's see, in this box. Alright, just skip that part. I really owe you big time. Madoka. Madoka? Wait, Madoka? Did she give her name? What? First, let's save this. Okay, we'll just give it a little save. Did she actually give her name? Madoka. Oh, she didn't. Did she just like filled it in there? Okay. That's why I'm like, what? I'm like, did I miss dialogue? It's evening and I'm walking through the town with Madoka. Magical girl. The girl who'd found my wallet. Since I wasn't fluent at reading kanji, Madoka had explained to me in English how to fill in the form. Oh, she knows English. I don't know the names of universities in Japan, but it seems like she's attending a famous one nearby. It's fine. When I looked inside the wallet and saw it, it seemed to belong to a foreign person. I just thought how much of a pickle they must be in. Komataru, taro, trouble. Madoka waves her hand in front of her mouth as she responds. Japan, I'm sorry for thinking getting your wallet back was just a myth. And it's like, I'm so sorry. Rain. Rain. I apologize silently as I watch Madoka's gesture. Are you staying around here? Yeah, really close by, at an inn run by an acquaintance. I see, then we might see each other again. It's a small world after all. I find the way she smiles as she says this incredibly cute. Well, maybe it's just related to the fact that she found my wallet. I make excuses to myself for the thought. Okay, I'm on this way. Oyasumi nasai. Good night. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for today. Kyo, what would you say? Kyo wa arigato. Or kyo ga arigato. Ah, wakatta. Kyo wa hontou ni arigato gozaimashita. Yeah. Kyo wa. Oh, not ga. Yeah, my mistake. I know the difference between wa and ga, but I'm not too used to using it in sentences. From what I've learned, like a lot of people don't explain the difference between wa and ga very well. I've heard people say ga emphasizes what's after it and wa emphasizes what's before it, which is true. But the only good explanation I've ever seen for it was by like Cure Dolly, who unfortunately I think she passed away like a couple years ago, but her video, she had a video about it and she explained ga marks the subject of a sentence, whereas wa marks the topic. Which for me, some people aren't the biggest fans of her videos. For me, her videos on like grammar points and stuff really click though. And the way she explained, I guess, things works for me and for my way of learning. Unfortunately, she did pass like a few years ago, apparently. She wrote a few books. I actually bought one. Like, I obviously don't know the person or whoever. She had like a book called Alice in Kanji Land. Like, my Japanese is around N4 level, so I'm a little advanced for it. Like I knew like 90 to 95% of it going into it, because it's more targeted towards learning all of the N5 and grade 1 kanji, learning vocab, and it uses romanji in it, which I don't like, but a little bit. But I think that's more to get people who are not sure if they want to learn Japanese to be more interested in it. It's a really good book. Like, the story is great and stuff. I more skimmed it because I already knew 90 to 95% of it. But from what I did read, like it's funny and very entertaining, and yeah, cool book. I learned a little bit of it because, again, I went into it already knowing like 90 to 95% of stuff. But I learned like 5 or 7 kanji and then close to a dozen vocab words and correct and a few grammar points, which was nice. My kanji understanding before the book, I knew almost all the N5, close to half the N4, some N3, a little bit of N2, and a tiny, tiny bit of N1. Because I'm not learning kanji and stuff in JLPT order. I'll talk about resources I use. I'll probably do a video on resources I use for learning Japanese. And then, yeah. And then I'll probably also do a short video on free resources for learning. I think I'll do that this week or next week. I'll do a video on what I do for learning Japanese. And then I'll do a short video. It'll be like less than a minute, right? A YouTube short on like just free resources to use that work really well. The key obviously is just reading, listening, and speaking. Anything else is complementary to that. Any books, any apps, anything used is to complement that, not to replace that, not to supersede that. Reading, listening, and speaking is how you learn any language. But you sometimes, like, there are books for all levels, even for people who are absolute beginners. I'll do a video on that like next week, yeah. Talking about the resources I personally use, things that you can use for free, things that you can use that are paid. Some of the free stuff I would recommend have paid options, but you don't have to pay for it. Like they have trials and stuff. And even with like the trial stuff, if you just do the free portion of it, you can still learn like a few dozen kanji and a bunch of vocab. I'll do a video on that next week. I don't know when next week. Actually, I have cousins coming in a week or two. Maybe next week or the week after. A longer video on it, which won't be that long. Maybe like 5-10 minutes max. And then a short video on it, less than a minute. Because a lot of people do videos on learning Japanese. And yes, my Japanese is only N4 level. But like I'm progressing quickly with it. I know how to learn a language. Like I was learning Greek a bit in the past. I did not learn it, but about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, I taught myself how to read Greek fluently in 2 months. Greek and Biblical Greek. I taught myself how to read it fluently in 2 months. I could not understand it well, but even Greek people who heard me read said they thought I was Greek, basically. And they even said I read it fluently and stuff, like perfectly. So learning a language, no matter what language, it's the same thing at the end of the day. Reading, listening, and speaking are the 3 main points, and everything just complements that and aids in doing that. That's it. People usually get too caught up in doing grammar study and stuff and they end up replacing the 3 main pillars with like little assisting ones. The main ways you'll learn are reading, listening, and speaking. Whatever you listen to, try to repeat it. If you watch an anime, try to repeat lines. So you learn how to speak and you learn whatever. Same with any language. It's the same thing for all. But yeah, I'll do a video in a week or 2 because I don't know when my cousins are coming and they're staying over. So I might not be able to do a video. I might only be able to stream once that week. But I'll do a video, like I said, on the resources I'm using to learn Japanese, including, you know, free resources that can be used, that I recommend. I'm not going to name tons of resources. I'm just going to mention what I use and what I recommend, and then also paid ones for people that want. But you don't need to pay for stuff to learn the language. Paying for like books and stuff makes it easier too, because you have more access, and then you also, it's nice to support people who develop these things. Like if someone develops something that helps you, it's nice to, you know, kick them a little bit of money, right, to show your appreciation. But it's not necessary to do paid things. There's lots of free resources for like all levels, including Japanese, like including absolute beginners. There's books that absolute beginners can use. And I'll talk about that in that video in a week or two. Anyways, let's continue. First, I actually need a drink because my throat's getting dry. Okay, so fix this phone. I still don't have a phone holder. Phone holders are expensive, dude. They're like $100 and something bucks. And I still have my other phone holder. I just have to figure out how to fix it. If I can figure out how to fix it, then I won't need to buy a new one. Anyways. So, with another bow, Madoka goes off in the direction of her house. Ooh, that was delicious. At Ken's recommendation, I'd taken a bath before devouring the dinner laid out for me in my room. I guess because like that way, if you do eat and you become like, because when you overeat, sometimes you feel sluggish and tired, then you might not want to bathe, I guess, which is weird. But yeah, everything had been delicious, and seeing the food spread out ready and waiting had given me a deep impression of the service mentality of Japanese people. I actually want to go to Kyoto. There's a bunch of places I want to go to in Japan. Though visiting Japan is expensive and I don't have the money. But I want to go to like Tokyo, sure, but Kyoto, Hokkaido. I want to visit like the Fox Village, the whatever other village islands they have. Different places. Like Tokyo would be cool to go to, but I feel like Kyoto and Hokkaido and stuff would just have more historical things to see and more to sightsee. I think it would be more fun. Though I don't have the money to go there right now, but hopefully in the future I will. And if I ever do, I'll take pictures and videos and like post it. For sure. Possibly do like a vlog or something. I've honestly thought about streaming like with my face in real life before, which I don't mind doing. I have no issue doing that. The reason I use a VTuber model is because I am an artist and I literally drew my own model and I did the live 2D rigging and everything for it. So I use a VTuber model to kind of promote my own work. But I don't mind like not using a VTuber model. I guess for now I'll keep using a VTuber model because it promotes my own work, right? It makes sense. Unless I ever like make a different channel where I just have my face in real life. Maybe. I don't know. I have to think about that. They had both been incredibly kind to me, a complete stranger. I feel like I get why Gramps was so enamored with Japan. And I'm thinking about this, I hear Ken's voice from outside the sliding paper door. Ariel, may I come in? Oh, Ken-san, dozo. Please come in, shitsure shimasu. The door slides open. So how was it? Did you like the food? It was delicious. I'd heard about it from Gramps, but it was even better than I'd imagined. Oh, Jimmy talked about it. It warms the cockles of my heart. What the freak does that mean? It warms the cockles of my heart to hear my little place being praised so. I've never heard that word in my life. Cockles? It's like the recesses of his heart. What the freak? What am I reading? A shoujo manga right now or something? As he chats, Ken is briskly clearing the table. He's so deft at it that it's like watching an artist at work. And I find myself spellbound. By the way he cleans it, I just imagine him like grabbing like that, you know that party trick where you grab like the tablecloth and you just like whip it out from everything on top of it without like messing everything up? That's all I imagine. I'm just grabbing it and just... Shit, oh that hurt my neck, holy crap. I said before, but I haven't slept well the past 3 or 4 days because my pillow is trash. So even me just doing whatever the hell motion to imitate the table thing, which I did in real life, which no one can see. Like that freaking hurt my neck. Even yesterday, like I slept better last night than the night before. But when I woke up yesterday, my neck was hurting so much that it, like when I went to yawn, just moving my head slightly was hurting. My pillows are garbage. It's only the past 3 or 4 days it's been like this. I think it's because I threw my pillows in like the washing machine and whatever like fluff inside just got completely separated and wrecked. But yeah. Probably. I must say I was very surprised when I received a call from Jimmy's daughter, and even more surprised when she asked if her son could come and stay with me. Ken's words pull me forcefully back to reality. Did my mother say anything about me? Noticing the downturn in my tone, Ken stops what he's doing for a moment, looking awkward. No, she didn't say anything, but is there something you didn't want me to know? No, that's not it. Should I tell him the truth? I hesitate. It's not really something I should burden people with, and I've only just met Ken. Even though I just met him, we might be socializing over these next few days, and he seems like a good person. The truth is, I couldn't find a job back in my home country. Oh yeah, sonanda. He couldn't find a job in his home country, so he's like, damn, let me just travel to the other side of the world. Yeah. Oh, but I did job hunt, and I went to a well-known university and studied economics, so I did have offers. I've actually been applying for part-time jobs in real life, which I've been applying for at least the past few months. Haven't heard anything. I was just like, what the frig? So I can relate to this dude a bit on the job search not going well. But I'm only looking for a part-time job, not full-time. Part-time job because if I did a full-time job, I would be too tired to also work on my art and stuff. And I am trying to work on like my own manga. Like I said, I already have the characters designed down and I already have the story written. I wrote the story a few weeks ago. I did the character designs last week. They're not colored. But, I mean, I guess, like, I could color them really quick. But yeah, I just have to, like, draw the manga. It's a one-shot chapter, though. It's a short one. Which makes sense, because all mangas and stuff just start as one-shots, chapters, comics. I think even in the West, a lot of it's just, even for like novels, like fiction novels in the West and stuff, you show manuscripts, right? So you have to have it written. Even if it's not finished. It's at least semi-completed, if not completed. I know there's editorial teams and stuff that work on that. I'm exploring different avenues. We're going to see what happens. While I was being all indecisive, my mother said that if I was going to mess around, why not go to Japan and broaden my horizons? So you couldn't find a job or anything and it was stressing, so it's like, maybe I'll go on vacation and clear my mind. And so here I am imposing. After all, you're Jimmy's grandson. There are staff here who will remember him. I see. It's strange to think that there are people in this far-off country who know my Gramps. It is. The world's a small place. Ken glances up at the ceiling as though remembering something from times past. Are you thinking about Gramps? Well, if you have any problems, feel free to talk to me. While you're here, you can rely on me. I'll be back in a moment to lay out your futon. With that, Ken gets to his feet, and I finally notice that he's finished clearing up. Sorry, I didn't help at all. It's fine. This is my job after all. With a bright smile, he leaves the room. Left alone in my room, I sprawl out on the tatami and close my eyes. The cool feel of the tatami is pleasant on my back, which is hot from the warm air. Phew. Do I really deserve such kind treatment? I'm sure I'm not the sort of person people should be this nice to. Back in my home country, I'd had no job and no idea what I wanted to do. I mean, that doesn't mean people should be a dickhead to you. Like you were... Like what? My friends had been nice enough to invite me out, but I'd always come up with some reason to decline, and we'd grown apart. Maybe I should just live here. Here where no one knows me. But literally, like multiple people know you, but okay. Feeling something akin to confidence, I silently decide to myself that tomorrow I'll try looking for a job here. I mean, you could do that. I heard, like, to work in Japan, you need, like, a JLPT N2 level. Though, I also heard that you don't actually need to pass the JLPT to get a job, depending on the job you're trying to get into. Because I heard that the JLPT doesn't really test you on speaking, just on listening and reading and such. But not really speaking. Listening, yes. Reading, yes, but not speaking, from what I heard. And like if you're doing a job interview, people will be more interested in, I mean, they're going to be speaking to you, so they're going to be more interested in how well you speak than how well you read. But obviously reading can help with listening and speaking. They all help one another out. But the emphasis for how important it is for a job depends on the type of job. Like, I imagine if you want to be like a mangaka and write, you're gonna, need to read Japanese to an extent, depending on your target audience for your works, right? But if you want to be like, something associated with business, you're gonna need to speak and really damn well. That'll be more important than others, than reading or whatever. Depends on the job and the field, and even further, it could depend on the target audience. Kyoto Colorful Days. So that's the intro to the game. Took like an hour to get through the intro. Partly because I won't shut up, but yeah, it is what it is. Shikata ga nai. The music's nice. I like the artwork. It's not really my cup of tea exactly, the way it's done, but obviously looking at it, it's like wonderful. It's like masterfully done. Just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean it's bad, right? Though I don't dislike it, I kind of like it. But it's obviously very well done. The animation's nice. I wonder how they did it though for the animation, if they did live 2D or not. All of these animations, I could actually animate stuff like this. I've thought about animating a short story in live 2D. The problem with doing it in like live 2D compared to like regular animation is live 2D is a lot more work. A lot more work. So like it would take a lot longer. So I'm not sure about that. Doing like a simple like end screen or start screen for a stream or something would not be too hard to do. But doing like a actual story, that would take a lot of work. Like I could do it, but live 2D would take a while to do it. But it would look incredibly beautiful with live 2D. Like it would be so smooth and nice. But that would be like an ongoing project of like, even for like a super short like 4 coma thing, that might take like, to do that in live 2D, I don't know how long that would take. Depends on the free time, but if I can only work on it part-time, then that would probably take at least a few months to do like a whole short story in live 2D. Like a very short story in live 2D. Short story animation. That would take a few months. So live 2D would be way more work than a regular animation. Anyways, main dude's looking for a job. Okay, no, actually I was thinking about looking for a job. Watch, he'll be like, just work here. Shigoto. Oh, 金が足りない。お金が what would you say? Shortage. Fusoku. Fusoku is more formal than saying tarinai for saying insufficient. Yeah, fusoku I think is more formal than tarinai. Tariru is to suffice. Tarinai is like insufficient. Fusoku is insufficient as well. But I think fusoku is more formal. I think so. And it's not really commonly said. Tarinai would be common. My neck really hurts. That pillow is so crap. I'm so glad I bought a new one. It's supposed to come tonight. It's friggin' better. It's supposed to come today. I bought like a memory foam pillow. So hopefully that's good, because the inside of the current pillow I destroyed. I guess like when I threw it in the washing machine. I swear I set it on like a low spin. But apparently low was too freaking much. It wasn't low enough. Guess I should have just done no spin. Whatever. Or hand washed it, I guess. I don't know. So I thought I'd try and find some work so I can learn more about living here. So you want to live in Japan? As a Japanese person, that makes me happy. If you like, why not work here? I'm like, is he going to offer him a job? It's like, no, I couldn't impose on you to that extent. It's not imposing, dude. Imposing would be like, you like staying and not paying and being and guilt tripping the dude, saying, what? I'm the grandson of your old friend. How are you going to kick me out? And then just leeching. That would be imposing. Not, job, thanks. I feel like if I take the easier out, nothing will have changed from when I was back home. I mean, keep the job on the table, the job offer on the table. Don't reject it. Are you sure? Well, if that's what you want, why don't you go out? You won't find a job staying cooped up in here. I need another drink, so my model's going limp for a second. Heck. Anyways. Alright, I have to put my phone back. I don't know if it's because I talk a lot or what, but anytime I stream, my throat gets like really dry. Might be because I don't shut up. I feel pretty energetic though. I am actually like predominantly an extrovert. I'm like a mix of extrovert and introvert, but I'm like definitely mostly extrovert because even when I stream and stuff, the more I talk, the more energetic I feel. Like I felt more tired before starting the stream. I enjoy streaming. I like it. It's also why, because like I get more energetic when I stream, I prefer not to stream like late at night. Because then I won't sleep well. Makes sense. When it came to liveliness, my hometown was noisier and more bustling than Kyoto. But within the hustle and bustle of Kyoto is a certain mood that somehow makes me never want to leave. Where should I look first? No, before that I need to think about my approach. Would it be rude to just suddenly ask if I can work somewhere? While I'm hemming and hawing over it to myself, I see a familiar girl coming towards me. Wow, it's a nightmare again today. Why do they even make me carry all this by myself? They're all ogres. Akane, wasn't it? Oh, you're that guy from yesterday, Kino. Did you find your wallet? Oh, I was shocked when I got home yesterday and heard about it. Yeah. While I was at the police station, someone came and handed it in. Sona. I had a look around too, but I didn't find it. But it's great someone so trustworthy did. It feels like she'd been out looking for my wallet yesterday too. I feel a stab of guilt. Well, just ask her if she was looking for it or not, and if she was, thank her and help her with, the how do you say Shokurokan? Shokurokan? Is that how you say groceries? I think so. Shorokan or Shokurokan, I think. One of the two. I suppose, but I do this every day, so I'm used to it. Every day? You go out and buy this much stuff every single day? They're like, yo, we are saving money on deliveries. There is no Uber Eats on this street. To hell with your skip the dishes. I'll skip the delivery to get the damn dishes myself. Oh man, my neck really hurts. Holy crap, I can't even turn to the side. Anyways, stupid pillow. My new pillow is supposed to be delivered around like between 5 and 10 p.m. I think. So hopefully that pillow is nice and you can sleep well. Haven't slept well in like 4 days. Since you're ordering so much, couldn't you just get it delivered? I don't know anyone who would carry this much shopping home with them. I remember before I actually carried a barbell home. Like I went with a friend and like went to like a fitness store. This was like years ago. And I bought a barbell, like not a normal barbell, like a not a 2-inch diameter barbell, but a 1-inch diameter one, which was probably about 17 or 18 pounds, but it was like 7 feet long. And I literally just carried it home, which was hilarious because people were like, what the fuck? They were like, what the fuck? I'm just like with my friend and like carrying a 7-foot long, like 18-pound barbell, like, which is made of, it's obviously metal. Thing looks like a giant spear, just without a point. Or a giant pole, I guess, kind of. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I had to walk pretty far too to get home. So I ended up taking like shortcuts to not walk near main streets, because I was like, okay, what if we get stopped and the police are like, what the frick are you doing? Like, why are you carrying this? I mean, you can't be arrested because you're not doing anything wrong, but it would just be weird. But yeah. Anyways, continuing on. We could, but it's our restaurant's custom to go and pick it up ourselves. Yeah, skip the delivery, save on dishes. I mean, isn't it kind of sad to just make your order, pay the money, and have it appear? Not at all. I get it. In other words, they're choosing to not to have transactional relationships, but personal ones. That also makes sense. It builds better relations between the stores. I was thinking like time versus like money spent for time to pick the stuff up versus money to have it delivered, comparison of that. But the transactional relationship versus personal that makes sense, especially because she's getting it, I guess, for her business. I've always favored convenience and never really considered the way people form relationships like this. Perhaps this is another way in which the depth of Kyoto's spirit makes itself known. Anyway, I've got to get back. Take care not to lose your wallet, your saifu, again, like yesterday. Like kino. Mate. Nanka aru ka? Ano? Is that what she said? Was there something else? You hear like a kid in the background, that's my nephew. I think I can actually hear him all the way from here. What the heck? I'll carry these bags for you. You shouldn't have to carry all this by yourself. What? I'm fine. Seriously, I'm completely used to it. She's like, what do you mean, yo? What do you mean? You don't see these arms? You don't see these muscles? I'm jacked. She's like, this is my muscle mommy arc. No, I'm kidding. Stupid joke. It's like, yeah, but now that I've seen you can't just leave. Now that I've seen you, I can't just leave you. If you don't want me taking all of it, I'll just carry half. How about that? After blinking at me for a moment, she flashes me a slightly bashful look, then... Thanks. You're very kind. Yasashi hito dane. It's like you're a kind person. Yasashi hito. Dane. Though in English that might be like, you're a kind person, aren't you? Aren't you? Oh, you're a kind person, aren't you? Or aren't you a kind... Oh, aren't you a kind person? Some shit like that. Something like that. She replies happily and... Yeah. After walking along and chatting for a while, we arrive at Asahiya. Oh, bye then. Oh, wait. Won't you let me thank you since you're here? Come in and eat. There's no need for that. Don't say that. Come on in and eat. Kindness begets kindness. That's our motto here at Asahiya. Kindness begets kindness. That is very true. That's very true. Kindness begets kindness. Hatefulness begets hatefulness. It's like a domino effect. Sometimes some of the dominoes won't fall as hard as others or as quickly as others, but they do have that chain reaction. Oh, this is our staff. One of our staff. Most of our staff here are super relaxed. I don't know why I'm so hyper. You are indeed a bit of a tomboy. Tomboy. I wonder if that's an accurate translation or not. Akane smiles wryly, then pulls me by the hand to a room further into the restaurant. Also, I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna have to end this kind of soon. I think this is like 5 hours of gameplay or something like that. I've been streaming for a little over an hour, but not counting trying to get things hour 15, but trying to get things working and stuff. It's been more closer to 1 hour or a little under. Please take your time. Oh, okay then. I'll take you up on it. It's time for my lunch too, so let's eat together. Food doesn't taste good unless you have someone to eat it with. With that, she brings out 2 lunches, then sits down across from me. By the way, is there something on your mind? When I saw you, you were looking really serious. Am I that easy to read? Well, since I have the chance, I might as well discuss it with her. After coming to this silent decision, I explained my circumstances to her, to Kane. Actually, I was thinking of looking for a job in Japan. I still haven't decided where I'll live, but if I had a job, it'd probably give me more options for the future. Oh, pretty happy-go-lucky, aren't you? Maybe you're kind of like me. Happy-go-lucky. I mean, you just arrived in Japan yesterday, right? I think it's quite impulsive to already be considering living here. That is pretty impulsive, yeah. Like, you really should visit for a while or visit a few times to see. And really, like, study the culture a bit. Oh, but don't get me wrong, I'm not disagreeing with your idea. In fact, it's awesome when people can value their intuition. I wish I was like that too. It's pretty cute seeing Akane flustered. That chuckle escapes my lips. Cho. Nande warao? Why are you laughing? Did I say something funny? No, it was just cute how frantic you got. You don't need to backtrack so hard. I'm not bothered. Kawaii. Jeez. You can't just throw that word around. Embarrassed, she lunges for her chopsticks. I think chopsticks is, what, hashi? Hashi, I think, in Japanese. I think it's hashi. So she can distract herself with food. Oh, tokoro da. So, yo. By the way, you're not a vegetarian, are you? No, I'm not. Yokata, come on, let's eat. Oh, because she's like, I'm going to be making food. Lots of food. None of the food looks like they contain animal products. Bonito broth. Bonito is a kind of fish, so I was wondering if it'd be okay for a vegetarian. Oh, that's pretty cool. In real life, I actually don't eat meat, to be honest. I haven't eaten meat in a while, so like my body like rejects it at this point. Also don't eat cheese either. I'm like pescatarian. I eat fish though. I love eating fish. Fish is delicious. Salmon, basa, tapioca. Wait, is that what it's called? Talipa. Taliopa? What the hell's that fish? There's a fish that tastes like chicken. There is a fish that tastes like chicken. I can't remember the name of it. Talipa? Taliopa. Tapioca. No, not tapioca. What is it? Frank, I can't remember the name of it. But there's a fish. I've had it like a number of times. It tastes like chicken. If you ever had chicken and you've ever had that fish that I can't remember the name of, you know what I'm talking about. It starts with the letter T. I can't remember the name. Talapa? Taliopa? Talapa? I can't remember it, but it literally tastes exactly like chicken. It's really good. But yeah, I don't eat meat because my body... Well, I don't eat meat for like just my own personal reasons, but I haven't eaten it in a while to the point where like my body will actually reject it in large amounts or in anything but tiny amounts. But I eat fish a lot. I love fish. Fish is delicious. Fish is delicious. Cheese, I don't eat cheese either. Not really. Though I like feta cheese, so I'll eat that once in a while, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't really eat it. I can actually have cheese in small amounts, though. I used to not be able to have almost any of it. But I can actually, like, nowadays, I can actually have a little. I never really cared too much for the taste of meat anyways. I've always loved fish, though. Fish is just delicious. The only problem with fish is the damn mercury content. Otherwise, I would eat more of it. But fish is super healthy, though. It's actually a really high in, like, it's high in protein. It's low in fat. Though there are healthy, it's low in, like, fat, but it's in, like, saturated fats and trans fats and stuff. But it's high in healthy fats, like omega-3 and stuff, which is very good for the brain and other parts. But the problem with fish is the mercury content. Yeah. With Japanese food, you sometimes can't tell by looking whether it contains animal products, so I thought I'd check. I see. I've taken another look at the food she's prepared. I've never eaten back home these kinds of things, and I can't imagine what they'll taste like. I'm half excited and half nervous. I pick up a bowl of clear soup and take a sip. Delicious. Oishi. It's as clear as water, but it's really tasty. I can't believe it. I didn't pay it. Like, I think I missed the word. What did he eat? Is it soup? Soup is shiro. Shiro. It's like the radicals of, I would say, tsunami and cross. I would call them. The radicals. Though some people call radicals with different names. But yeah. I learned it actually yesterday in a short story I read, which was, I think, N5 level. I understood most of the story, but I learned a couple words in the story. I read it on my own. By that I mean off stream. Where it mentioned miso shiro. Miso soup. So. Yup. Sometime in the future, we will do like streams of short stories and stuff, like children's stories and stuff. I will look at that and go over that, and it'll be fun to do. For those streams, I might not have my VTuber model up. I might just show the book and my hands or something. I don't know. Part of me thought of doing that. I've thought of like starting a new YouTube channel just for other kinds of content where I stream IRL. But then managing 2 channels is going to be like pretty difficult. And again, like my model here, I drew it myself. I did the live 2D rigging myself. You can see this crying animation. I did that myself, and it can run forever. The waving animation and all the expressions they combine. You can get rid of everything and let's get rid of the tears. I can make them just always go, but we'll get rid of them. I can also bring up teary eyes as an expression, and then bring up the tear, like actually crying animation, which I looped to go forever. Unless I just exit it. Unless I, not exit it, but unless I hit the hotkey to turn it off. And so yeah, it makes sense that's why I use my VTuber model to promote my own work. Like silently, you know. Or not silently. So I'm talking about it. But yeah. I wish my mom could taste this gourmet food too. But yeah, doing IRL streams, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I'd probably do it separate from this channel on a different one. But run multiple channels, I think, is too much for me to deal with. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in the future. No, but I thought I'd ask. It'd be nice if you could work here, but we don't have the space. Sorry. Oh, no, not at all. Don't apologize. That's not why I brought it up. Oh, I know. I was just saying that you seem like a hard worker, so if you were looking for someone, I'd want to hire you. But if you're looking for work, maybe the job office would be best. Job office. Shokugo. The Public Employment Security Office. Just go there. Apply for a job. Say you're unemployed. The job office, huh? Thanks for the tip. I don't have any other leads, so I'll go check it out after this. Okay then, I'll draw you a map. A map of Chizu. I must be blessed. Everyone I've met since coming to Japan has been so kind, and I feel like their kindness has been my savior. I hope you find a good job. It's like arigato. I went to the job center, but it was no use. I guess it's true that Japan is in a recession. Isn't Japan in a little bit of a recession right now? Like Canada is in a bit of a recession, but I think even the Canadian dollar is worth more than the Japanese yen right now. Than even was. Yeah, I think so. I mean, usually 100 yen would be like $1, right? But I think the Canadian dollar is worth more than 100 yen. I know the American one is. Most jobs require you to be able to read and write Japanese fluently. Well, I suppose that's natural if you're going to be working in Japan. Wait, read and write. I mean, I think that would depend on the job, right? If you're working as a travel guide for tourists, you're not going to really need to be able to read and write fluently. You could probably get by with the equivalent of an N4 to N3 level. But again, it depends on the job you're going for, right? If you want to be like a mangaka then in Japan, then or a novelist, then yeah, you're going to need to read and write pretty fluently. But then specific to that, it depends like what target audience are you going to have. If your target audience is like teenagers or above, then yeah, you're going to need to read and write at a very high level. But if it's just like children's stories you want to do, then you could maybe get by with a lower level actually. Just being like maybe intermediate, obviously not beginner, but being like, I don't know about novice, but being like intermediate, you could definitely do that. But it depends on the job and everything. Although I can get by with speaking, right now I still can't write perfectly in Japanese. I mean, I don't think you really need to be able to write, again, unless you're like doing a novel or a manga, but even then you can kind of do them online. You know? Text is a thing. Don't have to do like pen pal letters. I still couldn't find anything I wanted to do. Although they had introduced several potential positions to me, none of them were places I really wanted to work. It's hard to put into words. All I can say is that there was something off about them. I didn't think I'd find something straight away, but it's a little troubling to still not even have an idea. Well, do you have an idea of what kind of work you want to do? For part-time work or full-time? The official had been printed out, had even printed out the info for me, but thinking I probably wouldn't apply to any of them, I had handed the sheets back and left. I mean, you could always get like a part-time job in the meantime. The dude could. On my way back to the inn, I gaze up at the sky. Even though I've come all the way to Japan, I'm still doing exactly the same things I did back home. Mom's the one who forced me to come to Japan. Forced, quote unquote. I tried to push the blame onto my mother. She forced. It's like, oh my gosh, my mother forced me to take a vacation in another country. What the frig? Man acts like he was chased out of his home and became a refugee. Like a real refugee, I mean. I still have a lot to think about what I can do and what I want to do. Having a deep sigh, I lower my gaze from the sky to see Madoka there, wearing an expression as troubled as my own. Madoka. Oh, Aria. Doshite anata koko ni? Doshite? Why anata you koko ni? Here. Why you here? Literally, why you here? I'm on my way back from the job center. Oh, thanks again for yesterday. You really saved me. You already thanked me. I'm glad I could be of help. By the way, what were you doing at the job center? Didn't you come to Japan for sightseeing? Oh, sorry. There I go, sticking my nose into other people's business. If you don't want to talk about it, please don't feel like you have to. If it's something I can help with, I'd be happy to listen. After all, they say a problem shared is a problem halved. That's a very good expression and true. Her words are so sincere, it makes me wonder if there's something she herself is struggling with. However, since we're talking about me right now, I probably shouldn't force the topic on her. The truth is, I'm thinking about looking for a job in Japan. Whether I'm going to live here is another matter, but either way, it wouldn't hurt to have a job, right? Then you could apply for a working visa and be there temporarily. You're right, that's a wonderful idea. I wish I could help you on the job front, but I don't have any connections. And then, unfortunately. No, that's not why I told you. Although, to be honest, since I don't know much about Japan, I'm not really sure what kind of job I should be looking for. You don't know much about Japan? Then how about I teach you? Huh? That is. If you're interested, of course. How about it? Of course. I couldn't ask for a better proposal. In fact, it's something I'd have liked to ask myself. But is it okay with you? If you waste all your time on me, you won't have any time for yourself. Indes. For various reasons, I have more than enough to spare. She says it with a smile, but I don't miss the shadow that flits over her face for just a second. Just like I have my reasons, so does Madoka. Well, I probably shouldn't press her. If she keeps seeming troubled, I can casually talk to her about it later. Okay then, I'll give you my number. Just contact me whenever you're free and I'll be happy to teach you about Japan. Thanks. I've met so many nice people since I arrived here in Kyoto. It's reminded me how kind people can be. Yes, Ashi? Yes. I'd like it if everyone was nice, but... Madoka? Oh no, it's nothing. Sorry for saying something weird. Please forget what I just said. And she's gone. Did I maybe say something I shouldn't have? Well, I've been job hunting and then talking with Madoka. The sky has gradually flushed orange. Since coming here, it's the first time I've really understood just how beautiful the setting sun illuminating the old streets below can be. If I'd known it'd be this beautiful, I would have brought my camera, but I left it at the Yukiyoyan. Reading Romanji is like so weird. It feels so weird. I find it more difficult than reading hiragana and katakana. Anyone's trying to learn Japanese, learn hiragana and katakana. It'll only take you a few days or so. Like if you haven't, you spent all day doing it, you can maybe learn hiragana in one day. In like a day or two. Like really learn it. Romanji doesn't really help with like, because hiragana and katakana are easy and quick to learn, there's no reason really not to learn it. Right? Because learning, like using romanji is not going to help you to read words. And if you can't read the words, then you're limiting yourself from being able to learn it. There's a light on the blah blah blah. Akane, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm on my way back from a delivery. Are you heading back from the job center? Did you find any jobs? Unfortunately, nothing. That's a shame. But you can't give it up right away. That you can do anything so long as you don't give up. Sure. Sorry. Sorry. I just had a bad experience, so I might be highly strung. Unlike the energetic smile she'd worn that afternoon, it's faint, as though it could dissolve into the setting sun at any moment. I wonder if Akane has a story behind her too. This sad smile reminds me of the expression I saw on Madoka. I mean, everyone has a story, to be honest. It was my grandfather who had taught me, even if they don't air them to the world, everyone has a story to tell. One second. Okay, I might end stream soon. Actually, I will end it soon. But we'll go for another few minutes or so. Sure, what's this all about all of a sudden? I questioned her, bewildered by the sudden change of topic. I think it's a miracle that in the midst of all of them, you and I were able to meet. That's why I treasure my encounters with people. And so if someone I know is in trouble, I want to help them, even just a little. I really have been blessed in meeting these people. I guess it's true what they say about the strength of Japanese sentiment. As I think this, I send a little prayer of thanks to the God who had blessed me with meeting such kind people. After parting with Akane, I returned to the Yukiyoen. Oh, I went job hunting. Did you find anything? Nah. Say nah. Sen. They introduced me to a few jobs, but none really called out to me. I mean, I should be grateful for just being shown options. It's not really my place to comment, but if you take on a job you dislike and then you won't stick with it for long. Ken's words are like a life belt in the ocean to me. I'm lucky to have met such kind of people. Oh, have you met someone else other than Akane? Yeah. This girl Madoka found my wallet yesterday and I met her again today. She very kindly listened to my problems. Oh, and she promised to teach me all about Japan. Ken is really a great listener. Perhaps you're one of those people who attracts others to you. I don't think it would be an exaggeration to call it a miracle that you've encountered such kind people in your first days here. Perhaps these girls you met might have ended up changing your life. Changing my life. It's like, yes, this visual novel has shoujo-esque elements, if you did not pick up on that yet. We never know how the connections we make with people will change us. That's what makes our encounters with people so interesting. They might change my life, huh? It hasn't clicked yet, but it'd be nice if they did. If that's the case, my coming to Japan has been worth it. Meeting such an important person would prove to me that my life up to now hasn't been for nothing. I'll try looking for work again tomorrow. As I think this, I flop back on the tatami mat and breathe in the scent of the rushes. Day 2. Okay, we're gonna end that there. I need a drink. And also I need to eat. So I'm gonna go eat lunch. So thank you to anyone who popped into this stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you also. Yeah, that's right. That's really it. So please don't forget to like. If you like the video, subscribe for more. Let me know your thoughts on this visual novel so far. If you've played it, if you haven't, if you want to, if you're interested, let me know. And I think we will stream this again, not this week, but next week. Next week will be longer though. It'll be at least a few hour stream. I don't know if I'll stream Yotsuba next week or not. I might stream Yotsuba next week. I might not. I'm not sure. Only because I have cousins who will be coming over. But I don't know when. I'm not sure if it's next week. I think next week or the week after. I think next week they are. So I'll only stream once next week. Depending on the day. Once, maybe twice. So there will not be a Yotsubato stream. This Sunday there will be, but next Sunday, this upcoming Sunday there will be, but the Sunday after that, there will not be. But anyways, this week we will stream Yotsuba on Sunday. There will not be another stream during the week, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyways, you can check out my art socials below. I am working on my own manga. By the way, this model is drawn by me, worked by me, live 2D animation by me. The crying animation, this waving one here, where I thank you for coming to the stream. And all of the expressions which can all be combined. The hell did I just click on my computer? That's not what I meant to click. Anyways. The frig did I just click? I can't remember the hotkey to disable everything. Oh my goodness. When you set the things yourself and then you just forget. That's funny. Anyways, here's the model. I'm also working on my own manga. This character will be in a future story, but not in the one upcoming. I'm working on my own manga. I did the character designs. I wrote it. Hopefully that will be out. I don't know about this month, but we'll see. I plan to submit it to a few contests and see about other things, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you and see ya.